here again with another Honda Ruckus video. This will be my third video in my Ruckus playlist that I just started for first-time buyers or people who are new to Honda Ruckuses or are looking to buy a Honda Ruckus. Today's video is going to cover the top 5 questions that get asked when people are looking to buy. So this is going to be a kind of before you buy type video. These questions were gathered from forums such as Facebook, Reddit, Tumblr, and a few others that I found online. And there are also questions that I asked myself when I was looking to buy. As usual, please, if I miss anything, drop it in the comments section below and I'll be sure to get back to you. And then also subscribe and like this video. I'd really appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so these are in no particular order, but number 1, I feel like this is a question that everybody's asking, whether they're buying it to mod or commute or for their kids or whatever the case may be, and that is, how fast will it go? First of all, I'm going to clarify, we're talking about a Ruckus in stock form. Regardless of whether it's new or used, we're still talking about a Ruckus in stock form. So how fast will it go? A lot of that's going to depend on the elevation that you're going to be riding in, meaning like any steep climbs you have, as well as rider weight. So I'm 140 pounds, elevation's pretty decent where I live. On the inclines, depending on how steep they are and how big of a run-up I get, I'll slow down anywhere to as low as 21, 22, but depending on my run-up, I can power through some of them around 25 to 28. But flat ground cruising for someone at my weight, I'm cruising around 35 pretty reliably. People who are skinnier might be able to get up to around 38, 40 mark, and people that are heavier might see a decrease of anywhere around 30. It's really based off of the rider weight and kind of the area that you're riding in. Number 2, again, these aren't in any particular order. Number 2 is it fun to ride? Yes, I think it's very much so fun to ride. I think a lot of other people enjoy riding them. This question is kind of hard to answer because it's obviously based off of you and how you are as a person. But going by other people as well as myself, they're a lot of fun to ride. Even in their stock form before you've done any modding, just getting out and cruising on them is very, very fun. I enjoy it. I know other people have said this as well, but it's very true. There's just something fun about taking something that's not that fast and being able to romp on it. Modonosity in his video said you can take a 1000cc bike or even a 600cc bike and it would be pretty hard to push it to its limits. You would have to be on a track for one, and you'd have to be a very skilled rider to push that bike to its limits. But just about anybody with any amount of skill can take a Honda Ruckus, and on the streets without breaking the wall, you can literally push the bike to its limits and have a blast doing it. So in my opinion, yes, I think the Honda Ruckus is very fun to ride. Alright, 3. So 3 is it reliable? Is it something that I can daily drive, jump on without having any problems? And again, if it's properly maintained, that is the key, and in stock form, it will be reliable. It's a Honda. If you do your maintenance and you treat it right and you're not just absolutely beating the hell out of it every time you ride it, then yes, it will last you a really, really long time. I've seen people that literally have like 20 or 30,000 miles on these things, and other than maintenance, they've had no problems with them. So yes, it will be reliable. 4th question I get asked, or I see asked, what's the miles per gallon like? Miles per gallon is insane. If you didn't see my bike check video, drop off of this video real quick, check that out, and then come back. This thing has a 1.2 gallon tank which sounds small as hell. I mean, there's probably lawnmowers out there that have a bigger tank than that. But this thing can run forever on a gallon of gas. This thing gets anywhere from 100 to 115, 120, depending on how wide open you are on the throttle. So you can literally put $2 worth of gas in this thing and run for a week, week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks, depending on how often you're commuting and riding it. So yeah, it gets great gas mileage, and that's going to save you a lot if you're used to commuting in, say, like a car or an SUV. All right, question number 5. Is it hard to ride? In my opinion, no. I would say if you can reliably ride a bicycle, you can ride a Honda Ruckus. Not over-exaggerating on that one. There is no clutch or manual transmission to worry about at all. So you literally just get on, twist your throttle, and go. So I would say it is probably about as easy to ride as just about anything you can imagine. Not saying I would put a kid on it, but I would venture to say that you could even have a kid sit on it and he could figure out how to ride it. So yeah, it's very easy to ride. Alright, so I know I said this was a 5-question video, but I'm actually going to put a bonus in there because this is something that I had a really hard time finding kind of a direct answer on, and it's a case-by-case basis, kind of like the question of will you have fun on it. But it's arguably one of the most important questions to look at and consider when buying one, and that is, do you need a motorcycle endorsement? Each state varies. Some states you don't, some states you do. So it really just depends on your particular state. In the state I'm currently in, which is Connecticut, I don't have to have registration. I don't have to have a license plate. I don't have to have insurance. The only thing I am required to have is a valid driver's license. However, taking that to the state I just moved from, which is Oregon, they view it completely differently. In Oregon, it is most definitely considered a motorcycle, and you have to have a motorcycle endorsement in order to ride it. So what I'm going to do for this question is, if you'll check the description below, I linked a website that goes through each state and kind of gives you the layout of the laws and the rules of how a 49cc scooter will apply to your state. So this would be universal for all 49cc and below scooters, not just the Honda Ruckus. So if you want to check that out, you'll get a more defined answer. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I was away for 4 months, a little bit more than that, and now I've been back trying to pump out at least 2 videos per week. I really appreciate the support. I do this for fun, but also there's no reason to do it if I'm not getting the support. So if you would, please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Thanks guys, I'll catch you in the next